located at 1028 Main Street in Worcester. All right, so tonight I have the absolute pleasure with Sister Jow and Sip Tea. Hi, Miguelina. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome anytime. So Miguelina, I love to be in your presence. Oh, we've been talking about this even before we got into the show, while we were dealing with the technical things. Because this is something, that's the way you get close to people. Yeah. And you have that energy around you that is so warm and welcoming. And I always enjoy being in your presence. So having this opportunity to be here and with your audience, it's an honor for me. Well, thank you. I mean, actually, I adore you. So when we met, and I shared this earlier with you, it's your face, your smile, like the room, and whenever you're home, when I see you, I'm like, I'm like drawn to you, like a monster, like you're just your smile is just so warm and welcoming, like that. I want to say like a chocolate chip cookie, but it's because I'm really loving. Thank you so much for that. That's absolutely, flattering that I receive it in my heart because that's the way I feel when I try to be around people. I also person there. I like to work, but not for that. I love human beings. Yeah, I love people. And then I try to bring that on. I think that it's much needed in the world, and it's part of my own essence. So, all right. Well, we should have gotten this now. I maybe I was gonna say this year, but oh my goodness, we're 2023. Oh, yeah. So we met in May of 2022 last year, and we're getting events, and you were actually in the parking lot. Sorry, yeah. Become a friend of ours. And yes, we met in the parking lot right outside of the conference center. It was like meant to be. I thought that, and I had to drive back to get something else. So really? I think it's definitely destiny when it's like you had to meet this person at this place and you haven't. So come back around and then we met. Oh, absolutely. Well, so here's my thing. I have this thing where whenever you go to an event, I feel like there's at least one person that you need to meet. Like there's just one person. It doesn't even mean like they're life changing or anything, but there's always one person you have to meet. And the event happened. I was like, I met some great people. But then when I met you in the parking lot, I was like, okay, that's my person. I have to meet. So that's my motto. I'm gonna stick by it, but I'm glad. And by the time we left, you were a guest on the Sit Down with Suzanne podcast and become a part of Eferall, and then you became a mentor in our program. Yes, all right. So I think that's a perfect segue. So let's talk about Eferall, because right now, I mean, listen, today if you're not an entrepreneur, trust me, I don't know what you do, but you need to have side hustle going because things are expensive. So talk to us about Eferall and what it is. So anyway, wrong. Go on. Yes. Well, Eferall is a nonprofit that started in Lowell, Massachusetts about 12 years ago. And it has the beautiful mission of helping people in their journey. So it's an organization that has invested the resources to put together this beautiful program to embrace people that have a business idea. And that business idea might be just in their head, or it might be some type of a skill that sometimes people have, or a product that they have envisioned or have started producing or selling, and they don't know how to put that whole enterprise together. So Eferall is that answer, that solution to have this program where you learn all the basics in business. You get the classes, a whole free program to the community, and then you learn the ABCs of business, pretty much like it will be like your like shortened MBA, so to speak, for the people. Simply like so that the regular folk can understand the concepts and apply them to the business idea, and then go into business success. So it's just a beautiful mission And then the fact that we're touching people's lives at such a personal level, it means that we're helping build communities from the ground up.
You are.
We are doing so many things. What we do increases the inclusion in the economy. It gives opportunity to a lot more people to participate in a successful way and being economically active, economically independent, and on their own destinies. So the ripple effects that the work that we do have in society and in the economy are so vast and so beautiful that if we go in detail on all the ways that we touch people's lives, we will be here until tomorrow. It's so beautiful that sometimes when I go into some of those practical examples, it moves me. I've been over a year already in this journey, leading this organization for Central Massachusetts. And still, when I speak of some of the examples and the way that we touch people, it moves me and I get emotional at times. So I have to hold myself from, the tears, that it goes to the essence of, the why.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. And I'm in love with this.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Because you know what, so many people do roles and they do it for a paycheck. And what you do, I'm not saying that you can't do it for a paycheck, but you'd be totally miserable.
Yeah.
Because it's so immersive. You have to get so involved with these entrepreneurs. And like you said, you start anywhere from you just have the idea to someone who's already started, to someone who's a little established, but the value that they get from it. And I came to a master's degree, as you mentioned, because I've seen some of the classes, she mentioned I'm a mentor, and I've seen some of the classes and the things that they tackle, like understanding the customer base and understanding, creating a budget and, things like that. And I mean, I'm not telling you anything new. These are some of the things that entrepreneurs struggle with in creating a budget, profit and loss, and all these things. So I think that is remarkable. And if you're not subscribed, I'm still with you. It's not with parents, So I've seen, and for me, when you told me about the organization, and then when I jumped on and become a mentor, so fun. If you are looking to be a mentor, this is a great organization for you to partner with it. Her information will be at the end of the show information, so you can reach out to Miguelina if you're interested. And the great news is the mentorship is virtual, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home or your office, wherever you coach from. And I'm telling you, it's such a rewarding experience to see where they started to like at the end of the program. I'm currently with the spring cohort and just to see the growth of my mentee from the first day we met to where they are now. And it's not even me, it's them.
Yes.
They're putting in the work.
They're putting in the work. They are getting their idea off the ground. They're doing that also. The fact that they have the organization, that they have their peer group, their cohort. One of the most important things is having the time from professionals like you and having that team of mentors that so selflessly are giving their time and their expertise to help these people look at their businesses for an entire year. And this is the most vulnerable time in a business is the first year. Most of the ventures die within the first year. And one of the things that we are proud about is our impact figures, and one of them says that 70% of the businesses that we have launched they are still in business after years of operation, and that's incredible because most new businesses that the third and most of them are not in the market. No, because they have not been viable or whatnot. So the fact that 70% of the overall startups are alive and thriving at the third anniversary, it's remarkable. It really is. And when you think about,
the mistakes that most entrepreneurs make, and even with the program, obviously folks are gonna make mistakes, but I think the opportunity to go through the program and as you say, learn from mentors, and what I love about the mentorship, it's not just one. So each mentee has three, not new for me, because I'm mentored.
It can be a team of 2 or 3.
Yeah,
We try to maximize.
yes.
It will be ideal when we have 3 mentors, and that's of course, that's when, you know, the outreach and the communication about the program takes such a great precedence, because the more mentors we have, we can have the bigger teams, and we can actually accept the most people into the program. So piggybacking on what you were saying about the mentoring, it's an open invitation to our professionals in Central Massachusetts that have experience in any area of expertise, whatever your career path is. What it all does is actually building that mastermind around the entrepreneur. So you don't need to know everything. You bring to the table what you know about and what you have experiences. Yeah, whether it's you have a financial banking career, or whether you're a tax expert or in marketing, social media person, whatever the topics that are related to business that you know about, you can come and bring them to the table and help somebody else. And then mentoring, you also mentioned the fact that it's virtual. So it makes it not only super convenient in terms of logistics. Now for people to participate in the program, time wise. It started right in the middle of the pandemic in 2020. Our first cohort actually started on 2021. So the fact that during this whole period of dealing with the pandemic, this will be a venue for people to still meet virtually and continue to do social work like this. It's been an amazing opportunity, and it provided much more flexibility to everybody.
No, absolutely. I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to do it, and I'm so glad that I do. If it wasn't virtual, I mean, because I could make some of the meetings, but not all the meetings, because we were just. I remember taking a meeting, I was out of town for something, and I did it for my.
Doing online, well, they did online school for like a year.
They did.
So now everybody, it's kind of like used to being online.
Yeah.
It saves you the transportation.
It
time.
does.
Gas and gas.
Because gas is a little better now, but it was like $1,000.
But then the efficiency that from your home office, you can hop from one meeting to the next.
Absolutely.
And then, you can do a lot more with your time. So it's absolutely flexible. One of the nice things that have been happening is that now not only individuals like you that we're so thankful for, and we need more individuals like that to come in and give back to the community, but also organizations as a whole. Like we have a few banks in the area and some other organizations that are partnering with it for all, because this is the perfect opportunity for them to do social work with a program that is already proven and already tested and already rolling, and they can just come in and have their staff participating in giving those hours. You know how a lot of big organizations are huge on social responsibility, and they set those goals for themselves on how many volunteer hours they would like the organization and their employees to give back to the community, and if for all, especially for those organizations that are related to a small businesses. Anybody supporting small businesses, even people from government offices that are involved, like in economic development, small business support, and things like that. All those people can come in and then be part of still doing the work, still creating something that adds value to their organization in the future, and still do it so easily by having their staff be able to meet virtually in this mentoring program. So it's something that we're doing now in partnerships, organizations.
I think that's lovely though, because sometimes everyone's committed to doing something, right? But then to get off the ground, it just takes so much craziness for them to get something off the ground. This is already stuff. this is a little improvement, and the fact that, you know, they could do their registry like at work, if you're off, shut the door and get paid for it, right? So, you know, it's convenient, and, you know, you know, not honestly not making light of that, because it really is also when somebody, you know, donates their time, but I think that's fantastic that you guys are getting, you know, the partnership from all these bigger names, and hopefully they'll continue to do it, and, you know, these entrepreneurs it's such a benefit. I mean, I wish I had that when I was starting.
I know, right? Even myself, like I'm a small entrepreneur on the side, and I wish I had a program.
Exactly.
It would have saved me so much pain.
It would have, and then, you know, like, listen, take advantage of the classes, because let me tell you, I mean, every day I'm thankful that Biden has extended that student loan, because I still need to pay for that master's, okay?
So, yeah, going back to addressing the community.
Yeah.
If anybody at home or anywhere else who's listening, and you've been dreaming of starting a business, or you started a business recently, modestly, and you don't know, like, you don't feel like you know what you're doing or where you're going, if for all, whatever you are, we have 9 sites in Massachusetts, so the entire territory of Massachusetts is covered with our programs, and we are growing nationally. There are at least 4 other states that have our programs already. But we're talking to Worcester and Central Mass. We have the program here. And not only do we have it in English, we also have it in Spanish, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So if you are dreaming of starting that business, or you started already, come and check it for all. Visit the website, itforall.org, and look for communities. And then you will find where we'll start in your communities and learn about our programs, learn about our business accelerator, which is the program that we've been talking about, and then apply for the program. So you can be considered for the summer cohorts. And even more fun than that, this year, we have another program which is shorter time, because those are 1 night events. So those are the pitch contests.
Yes.
You can feel like you're in Shark Tank.
Yes, I love it. I attended one, but I didn't one.
Oh, yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Yes, it's so much fun.
It is so much fun. So this year we plan to host at least 4 pitch contests, and 2 of them are going to be in English, and 2 of them are going to be held in Spanish.
Okay.
So if you know anybody that is dreaming of a business and their English is not so good, but they are Spanish speakers, they have the opportunity to pitch their business entirely in Spanish.
I love it.
Those 2 opportunities. So we will have, we're planning for the spring, kind of like leading to summer, have the first 2 English and Spanish, and then the fall one of each as well. So I invite people to go into the website and then stay tuned, because when those events come, they have the opportunity to apply. Not only hear from what you give me, if they have a good business idea, but they get to compete for a small cash prize, which for a small entrepreneur is something huge. The money is not that big, but still, when you just started and you get, you know, even just getting a 3rd place and having enough to pay the fee to, you know, register your business, that doesn't start.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a small job. Whether you're doing the minimum wage or you just, you know, paycheck to paycheck, like many people are, this is an opportunity to get started and have the funding, and then get access to a network of people that are going to tell you where to go and where the resources are.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do. I attended one of the pitch contests. I love Spanish, I don't know the word, but I wanted to come and show my support. But I had a few events this summer, as you know, I was on the town, exploring and doing things. But you know, and you know, you said it's like a small, you know, but any money is money, and you know, like with 0 and anything, like I'm like, thank you, I'll do this. So I thought it was great that you know they went out, they pitched their business ideas, and then I love that the audience also got to vote.
Yes, absolutely. That is so much fun. That is so much fun, because people can bring all their friends and family.
Yes.
And then during the show, during the whole night, we get the vote from the crowd, from the audience. And then that's that 4th prize that we give, which is the fan favorite. So you bring as many people as you want to vote for you, and then you get at least that popularity prize.
Exactly.
And a lot of times happen that you can win double. Yeah, you got it. Somebody can win either the first, second, or third place, and then still make the fan favorite.
Yeah.
So we have many examples of people that
Yeah.
have gotten away with the first place.
Yes.
And the fan
Very
favorite.
favorite, yeah.
Which we actually had it on the Pride pitch that we held in the
okay.
fall.
Okay.
We joined the city of Worcester, the entire Pride celebrations that were happening around town.
Yeah.
With all the organizations that were participating, and with Pride Worcester as well. So we dedicated that fall pitch to the theme of Pride.
Okay.
And we had the winner going away with the business name is That Gala Aesthetics.
Okay.
She's a fabulous girl that has this business beauty services and like a spa salon type
Okay.
for the non-binary community.
Okay.
Which is beautiful because one of the reasons in her business idea is that a lot of salons are either a very girly salon or a barber shop that is more manly, more stuff. And I love my salons, but it's beautiful that we need spaces for everybody to feel comfortable. So instead of having just one thing or the other, why not have this other space where anybody else that doesn't feel like they are comfortable in the other atmospheres can feel at home. And she absolutely won. She does a beautiful job, and she won the first place on the fan figure. So that was fabulous.
And that was, she had on leopard and like big curly hair, right?
Yes. Beautiful, yes. So yeah, we have a lot of other examples in other e-formal sites where that has happened. So it's a lot of fun. Come and participate. And then don't think that you are just going to come cold with your business idea and we're going to throw you in front of a microphone and the cameras to do that. Not at all. There's an application process. We make sure to select the ideas that are most viable because we're always recruiting the feedback from people from the community that are related to business to help us cure that. And then we select a number of those applicants. And to those applicants that get selected, we give them a little bit of like a workshop where they come and then they learn and get tips on how to present a business idea. So it doesn't matter if you have never done anything.
Yeah.
You can come, have a cool session, very welcoming, get the tips, get the ins and outs, how do you present a business idea, and then do your best at the pitch and make the money.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, and it gives everybody an opportunity to operate from a unique way. You know, some are more natural talents like you're fine, but on the camera, but some need some help. So everybody has that opportunity to, you know, get some prep. I think that's fantastic. And I think that's great.
Well, that's what we're about. And we're about doing things.
Yeah.
We're about giving you that leg up.
Yeah.
And we're about opening the doors to everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. Do not feel like you don't have what it takes. We're gonna get you where you have what it takes.
Yes. I love it.
That's the beauty.
I love it. So, you know, something you said at the very beginning, you said, you know, the impact that you made on these entrepreneurs, and that is to me generational because it's an opportunity for these entrepreneurs to create generational wealth, right? Because a lot of them are first-time business owners and never even knew how to get it off the ground. I mean, I'm from the so you know everybody and your mom is cooking something in your kitchen and selling food. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, if you're from the island, you know somebody who makes something and sells something either out of their kitchen, out of their back, like, you know, whatever. And we're so used to it. And, you know, but for them to know, like, to finally get the idea to say, I can actually, yes, do this. Absolutely. And I love that you just made that example. We have so many people that come from the food industry, which, by the way, let me put this plug in because this is it's a free program to the community. Food Hub. It's a Food Hub. I need to mention the Food Hub. We are brothers and sisters with the Food Hub. Such a beautiful program. The city has invested
large amounts of money and resources. And it is led by Sean Crawford, an amazing professional, and then a whole team of professionals from the area that are also supporting the food entrepreneurs. And what we do a beautiful collaboration. This year, we're gonna be even more together than ever, but because we are hosting a new program together, where we apply for funds together with the Chamber of Commerce. And they will be delivering the classes. Not only the classes are also free for the food entrepreneurs to learn, safe serving, food handling and all the stuff. That then with the funds that we have secured, a lot of the permits that people need to apply for are gonna be paid for them in the program. So your initial licensing and your initial permits to handle food are going to be covered in the program. So if you're cooking at home and you want to sell what you're cooking, apply to this program because it's amazing. And then we're doing that in combination because if we're on the Food Hub, we exchange a lot of our entrepreneurs because they teach everything about food. Cooking, scaling the food production, which is another science on itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They teach them how to work in an industrial kitchen and all that facts. And then they come to us and they learn the business side, marketing and sales and putting a business plan together and all of that. So we have a lot of entrepreneurs that go through the referral program and then go to the Food Hub or vice versa. People that have finished the Food Hub program and then they get sent to us to get them into the E4all. So the entrepreneurs that get to take advantage of all the resources that are in the city like this are in the best position to be successful. Because then they get cradled by all of us, by all of the government organizations, all the nonprofit organizations that are here to support you. And I'm going to just give a few examples. Go ahead, girl. Right, and from the past, the most recent cohort, we have Mini Cafe, which is she's been doing fabulous. Her food is delicious. I'll show next week. I'll show there you have it. And then we have Bree Sweet Treats. Yes. She just won the best of business in Central Massachusetts. And she's going to have her storefront at the Worcester Market. So stay tuned for that. She has been doing fantastic, and the amount of noise and support that she's gotten behind her business, it's amazing. That is due to her own hustle. Absolutely. That girl works like there's no tomorrow. She's been in every craft fair that there's been in the past, I don't know, year or more that she's been in business. And then now she also acquired her wholesale license. So, keep your eye on this girl because she has all the potential of going national. She will. She has the hustle, she has the knowledge, and she's using all the tools that there are in the city of Worcester and Central Massachusetts to get her business on the ground. So she's one of the most beautiful examples. I love that. I love you mentioning because I want to say people. You didn't mention me, but I'm glad you did because I'm so proud of her and how she's doing, and also Unique Cafe, and I love just the fact that you said that they're married, or maybe I'm the one that's saying that, but the Food Hub and E4all, because the opportunity to learn that side of the business and then to get like the business side, it's so important and it's free. Absolutely. Like it's free, people. Like I don't get it. Like how are you not taking advantage of this? And I know that they just had another application that ended like I think on the 6th, and I was sending that to everybody and your mama because I was like, we were too. Get it. I saw you shared a couple of times, and I'm like, you know what? Because the opportunity to learn that side, and then the opportunity to do the E4all piece, and that is the program that I was talking about. That's that's the one where we apply together. Yes, to get the funds for people, and we want people to use it. Why not? Yeah, like it's free money, people. I mean, listen, I like cooking, but I'm not cooking for nobody like that. So. Okay, so I personally think it's a fantastic show, okay? I mean, don't we all? And by the way, I just want to make sure to be fair. You know, when you are a mom of many kids.
Yes.
And you want to make sure that nobody feels like,
Girl, that's why we call it names.
you have favorites and not favorites. No, we have so many entrepreneurs in the 2+ years that April has been in Western and Central Massachusetts. We have nurtured 47 entrepreneurs.
Wow.
So I just want to make sure that you connect with us, so you learn about which ones are all of them, because 1 hour won't be enough to mention them all. I probably will need a whole hour of your show to come and and tell you what they do. So because we don't have that time, follow us on social media. Eat for All Greater Worcester on Instagram and on Facebook. Please do that. And also on YouTube, we have our own channel. Since people are watching us here, follow us there and learn who those entrepreneurs are.
Absolutely.
You will be surprised, because you will be seeing a lot of those names. And you are very seen in the market, making a difference.
Absolutely. There's someone I found out recently, and again, I'm going to try not to call any names, because I know so many people that went through the program. I don't know, it's like, oh, you didn't mention me. There is this particular organization. They posted something, and then I saw people were all like, past whatever, alumni. So I was like, what? I didn't even know that.
And that was it. I think I know, but let's talk about another segment.
A whole nother segment, girl. But no, I think it's awesome though that we have so many people that the lives are being touched. And I love that you guys have been
Voice your organization?
I ain't gonna say it, girl.
No, please say it, because it will allow me to say about more things that we do to help people.
Okay, so it was Charles Lester from the Uncommon Group.
Perfect. He started the organization Together We Eat.
Yes.
With each other.
Yes.
And
I didn't know that.
I love that you mentioned it, because I wanted to go into the topic of, we don't only help for-profit businesses to
Yes.
start. We are probably the only business incubator in the area that is here to help nonprofits as well.
Yeah.
So maybe what you have in your pocket is not a business idea. Maybe you are dreaming of a solution to a problem in society that has not been tackled. If that's what your dream is about and you don't know how to start a nonprofit organization, come to Equal and start that. And yes, Together We Eat is one of our star nonprofits.
Yes.
And another one of those is El Buen Samaritano, which is actually kind of like a food bank and a lot of other supports for the community. They've been in Worcester for over 30 years, I believe 35. It was a multi-generational effort from the family. However, the daughter of the founder, Maria Gonzalez, she decided that she wanted to do more and she wanted to expand the message.
Yeah.
Because what they do is so powerful, the way they support the community. And they needed to amplify that branding and that name recognition. And she came to the April Accelerator, and she was in the accelerator for a year. She was actually the class speaker for her group at that time. And it has boomed the attention and the support that El Buen Samaritano has gotten with all the hustle that Mari has put into it, and now the knowledge that she has put into it. And because of all that work that they've been doing and being better at communicating the message, they're getting the support of a lot of people. So, and I want to make sure that people don't understand that I'm saying that this is spiritually for all. Now, if someone plants the seed, for you to know how to go and get that, and Mary did that by herself with her team of people that are working at El Buen Samaritano. And that's what I want to make sure to convey, that they're doing the work.
Yeah.
That the fact that they have learned how to do it better, it's just blossom and so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And then we have Debbie Mallinson as well, that has the organization called Magic Land Consulting.
Yes.
Where she is not only a nonprofit, that she educates nonprofits on how to do their work better. So she imparts seminars and consulting to nonprofits on how to get the nonprofits off the ground, but also how to apply for grants, which is a whole chapter of its own. And she's an expert on that, and she helps small nonprofits get to learn how to apply to those programs and get those grants. So they can get the funding that they need to do the work that they love doing, which is helping the community in the way that they particularly do, because nonprofits come in all different shapes and forms.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And then what you mentioned was Together We Eat, that was with them probably like a month ago.
Yeah.
They were having the ribbon cutting for the first container that it's hydroponic system.
Yeah.
The whole container is retrofitted for this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then kids in the school will be doing, the whole classes on how to plant a seed and get a small plant. And then the plants are going to be transported into this container to be grown into small plants during winter times, so they can go in the spring and be planted and be the trees of tomorrow and the plants of tomorrow. So our children are going to be learning how to plant and harvest organic food and vegetables. Oh, I love that. And then just think about the long-term impact of that, having better nutrition, being able to think better, rest better. You know what I mean? That will impact even their cognitive abilities, their health outcomes in general. So the fact that if all can be just a small farm or something like that, it's just
amazing.
It is just amazing.
It's amazing. It's a small part, it's a big part, but I love the fact that, everything that you talk about, you highlighted, the fact that the hustle has to be there, you're getting these tools absolutely free of charge, and they're phenomenal resources, phenomenal tools, but it's just like, you do have to take advantage of it, and as you mentioned, free works. Not everybody else doesn't, but a lot of the most successful entrepreneurs are the one that not only take these tools and their resources, but they're seeking out other avenues. They're running, they find out about something, they're like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I learn? How much? And they work hard. Like, if you want something great, you have to work greater. That's truly what I believe. But yeah, there's a couple businesses that, I found out recently, and I'm really pro all, and I love that. I'm excited because I'm doing this.
Excited. We have people that are doing media, small media businesses. A bunch of them. We have people, like we mentioned, are in the food industry, so many. We have people that we have one entrepreneur that is an expert in reviving the old shoes, like those expensive sneakers. You can, have your Jordans or all those shoes that cost, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars after they run out, and he takes them back and he puts them back like they are in May. You give this guy the shoes, and then he gives them back to you, and we just got them out of the store.
Oh my.
And the entrepreneurs, the kinds of things that our entrepreneurs do, it just amazes me. And then I just keep thinking about what will our next entrepreneur be able to do. Now that we have the Spanish cohort, it's a whole lot of opportunities for our Hispanic speaking people in the area as well, with the business ideas that they're bringing, a lot of more ethnic cuisine that I'm so happy to have around as well. And then all the other solutions, we have somebody that runs websites that has the potential to have more Latinos with their businesses, get their websites daily. And somebody has a handyman service, getting on the ground as well, which has tremendous potential. Our entrepreneurs have amazing, beautiful ideas. I love that. And a lot of them are very scalable. We had in our summer cohort, one of the guys also with the pest control. A company. So all these business ideas, all of them are getting an opportunity to be lifted.
I love that. There's a lot of rest of stuff. I was walking downtown and I saw this thing. I thought it was a cat. Let me tell you, I ran to these 6-inch heels because I was so scared. I was running. I was like, no.
Well, if you want to find your pest control guy, come to for all and follow us.
I know who it is. I'll reach out for that and then follow me.
wonderful.
Yes.
That if you are, in doubt or cannot find them, DM us on Instagram and we'll direct you, connect you with our entrepreneurs at any time.
Trust me, listen, it didn't follow me home, but if it did,
I actually heard a program on the radio a few months ago from actually some city officials talking about that problem. And I didn't know that was such a problem in Worcester. And I was like, oh, wow. I hope Worcester is not the new New York.
Okay, so I think it's because there's all this construction and they've interrupted that and they don't have anywhere to go. And there's this all over. And I was like, there's like only New York has businesses around and just bold as you please stop and stare at you. And this did that. And I was like, nope. So that's just
there are no problems that cannot be tackled by for all entrepreneur with the products or services.
No, but what an amazing position for you to be in though, because it's like you never know what ideas are coming. So like to be there, to see the birth of that. I think that's incredible. I mean, I always wish I was there when Jordan was playing. I mean, I used to watch his game and I just to me, Jordan on the court was mastery. And I'm saying Jordan now because it's 2023, everybody's saying it's your Jordan years, right? It's like, that's the whole saying. But for you in that position, to be able to see, from for-profit and non-profit and sneaker restoration and pest control and, I have to, give a shout out to, I walk on my, she's a doula. Oh my God, she is a doula, which I learned from placenta encapsulation. I mean, there's some remarkable things. And the night when I did the interview, with the mentees, and I heard what a lot of them were doing. I'm like, I can't even mention half the things, but I was just like,
I was amazed because when I met Adwaka in her business, I had no idea that you could still have such a beautiful line of work and be able to do it successfully and legally and with all the regulations in Massachusetts. And having that, it's not only the delivery, it's the whole companionship of the mother and all that knowledge that goes behind it. And a lot of that comes with wisdom that also comes from generations and that I just love that it's been rescued by having people doing things like this. And Adwaka does such a good. She does. And thank you for mentioning this. Again, like I mentioned, it's 47 that we have helped already. And I don't want to talk about if I have not mentioned one of you, know that you are all loved and nourished. And that we are waiting for even more because besides those 47, the two groups that are starting this week actually for the course, it's one cohort in English and one cohort in Spanish. And we are welcoming 27 people between the two groups. So that adds to the 47 number of small businesses that are being grown through E4All in Worcester and Central Mass. So chances are that you know more than one. I think we have on business of them. So I think I know what 20 or 27, Lord. But I love it though. I love that people are getting this opportunity to, bring their ideas to life, to start the business. And I think, what E4All also does, and I don't think, it's not something that you set out to do, but I think it also gives them help in determining if this is a viable business idea. Because I think, it's just like sometimes, listen, nothing's impossible, we are limitless, but sometimes we have to be, realistic in terms of what it is you want to accomplish. And I think, going through E4All will scale your idea and you say, okay, maybe I don't start it all at once. Maybe I start this, learn this, and move this. Because it's like, okay, I want $100,000. Let me open a restaurant. Okay, what do we need to do? We need to get certified. We need to, get the business acumen and all of that. And that's what I love about E4All. It gives you the opportunity to, you're turning your dreams into reality, but you're setting up in such a way that you're not going to fail. Like you're setting up in such a way that, it's thoughtful.
that you have a solid foundation underneath, and you know, it's not something you're gonna do it today and gone tomorrow. And you know, as you mentioned, over 70% of the people that started with referrals in business within 3 years, and you know, that first year 1, year 2,
let me tell you something else. Around 76% are women owned. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're helping women get those enterprises going.
I love
making
it.
that money, getting those brands out there.
I love it.
We're helping immigrants.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? Because as an immigrant, everything is hard because you're new in a new country.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even speak the language, and where do you start?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's even difficult to find a job in the first place, let alone to start a business.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can have a program like Tea for All to hold your hand and open the doors for you in such a strong way, it's incredible. So yes.
Okay.
So a number of them, I believe about 33%, if I'm not mistaken,
I love it.
are immigrants that are starting those businesses. And people of color as well. I believe it's well, I forgot the number, but it's the impact figures are on our website. So we are increasing the diversity pool in the economy, in the business ownership. We're changing the math and the faces of business.
I love
in the United States.
I love it. Listen, I mean, representation now, I'm a woman, I'm a personal color and I'm a immigrant. I would check all 3 boxes.
And we're here to support
every single one. I love that. And you know, I love the fact that y'all are inclusive, and that everybody has an opportunity. You know, it's based on your business ideas. I know that, you know, the application process, the interview process, you know, the prepping, I think it's fantastic. And, you know, part of the spring cohort, and I can't believe it, we're going to be wrapping up this year soon. It's like the year is flying already.
Yes, the year's flying already.
The new cohorts that started, so you've shared that, you know, they can hop on the website and get all this information. You know, you have Worcester, I think Lawrence, or is it Lowell? Lowell.
And Lowell, it's our headquarters are there actually, it's our first office.
Oh,
And then we have 9 sites.
9 sites in 9 sites in Massachusetts, and
Whatever you find Massachusetts, there's an parole office close to you, just one from us.
absolutely, that's a big advantage. I mean, like, take advantage, go check it out, chat with someone, and I would say it doesn't hurt to have a conversation, because, you know, you never know, and, you know, you have this idea, you think that, you know, well, who's gonna help me?
Our staff is there in every site to talk to you, even if you need one-on-one or to participate in info sessions. And especially in this stage that a lot of the sites will have an next cohort in the summer. For the next few months where we are taking care of the winter programs, we have time in our schedules to take care of you one-on-one. So if people, you just want to reach out, have a question, either an email or a Zoom call, our staff is ready to talk to you and answer all the questions that you have before you apply.
And she's the head of staff, so she's not, so she's better. You're gonna have to answer. Well, listen, thank you so much. You shared so much information about me for all. I appreciate that. You know, you have a staff. Shout out to Jose. And the new guy, I don't know your name yet, but so thank you guys. And you know, yes,
Claudia Bastante, it's our new English program manager.
okay.
And Jose Castro is the program manager for the Spanish Bibles program.
Seriously,
It's been fantastic.
Jose, really?
Yes.
I didn't meet him though. I didn't meet him, so I'm sorry I forgot that. I remember it was an ENT though, so that part I didn't remember. So no, you guys do such an amazing job, and I love that. I think you've shared enough in terms of E4all, what's needed, and all of that. And so let me ask you this: what makes Miguelina tick? I know it makes you happy in terms of seeing yours, but for Miguelina, because that's the business. So Miguelina.
Connecting with people. Connecting with people, that's the most beautiful thing. I truly believe that we are all unique.
Yeah.
And even though there are a lot of things that, commonalities that we share.
Yeah.
Each one of us is a little Pandora box.
Yeah.
And it's getting to meet the next human being.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to discover a whole universe.
Yeah.
I love getting to know the individual, what people are about, what they like, what they don't like, and you know, the personalities. I think each person is a universe,
And I'm a people person. I just love connecting with people. So whether that is in business or in person or having fun, that connection for me is everything. So I translate that, I have a long commercial career. And we talked about that in your podcast.
Yes.
So we're not gonna talk about it now, but we're to hear about
Go
it.
watch it.
Well, listen, come back to your podcast. That I have applied it to business internationally and locally a lot. So your skill sets can be applied to so many areas. And connecting human beings touches everything that we do. And that's something that I can bring to the table in whatever capacity.
Yeah.
I love numbers.
Yeah.
I love my, budgeting and accounting and statistics and economy. I'm a geek economist.
Oh, wow.
Like sometimes people don't know that I geek out when it comes to macroeconomics.
Oh,
And because my career is international
yeah.
business and international business development.
Yeah.
And I geek out when it comes to economy since I was a child. I do. And people don't know that about me, that other than that, more than numbers, more than things.
Yeah.
More than commerce, everything is moved by people.
Yeah.
And that's what I love to do most.
That's why I'm asking, because like when you talk about, I really wanted the audience to get that, because I think people are born to do certain roles, and like a role like that. You definitely need to be a people person to do that, to deal with, people have personalities, and sometimes, they have multiple personalities, but that's a whole different.
Exactly. You know how there are different personality tests,
Yeah.
and when you're growing up, especially when you're a young professional, or even a teenager, if you get curious about it, try to get to know you better, you have a lot of these personality tests. I have quite a few of those a long time ago. And in my career, I had quite a few of those done. One of the organizations that I used to work for was huge on that. And they place you based on your personality in the job that you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
And some of the parameters that were very clear for me was the high level of social aspect of my personality, but also high in authority. So that meant that I have the ability to lead large amounts of people.
Oh.
And then in another test that had another kind of a type of results or classification, I came into some type of messianic leadership style. I was like, into the details, it was pretty much the same, that I have the capacity to lead people and get the best out of them. However, like everything, doesn't mean that it works with everybody. Because there's always people that will either not resonate with you, or not respond, or not engage, and that's fine.
Or just not like,
Because you cannot set yourself to think that you're gonna do amazing things with everybody that exists on the planet. It's not like that. But with the most people that have something to give and are engaged and want to go ahead, you can get them to the extra mile.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I like connecting with people. I mean, I didn't know stranger. Like, people, I walk in a room, I'm going to talk to somebody. I will never walk in a room and walk out and not meet anyone. Like, I might not meet everyone. Sometimes I have met everyone. But, walking in a room, like, my goal is not to sit in the corner and just, just find the time. I want to know people. I want to know about them. I'm curious about people. I'm curious about their lives, what they're doing, what makes them tick, what they find fun. I mean, people like some stuff that some stuff I like that they fun. So, but the weirdness, I love it. Like that piece, just as like we're all human beings like in this world, and we're just trying to do the best that we can. So I love connected. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, we know. We both like Sparkle.
Yes,
I think you actually Sparkle.
we love Sparkle.
We do like Sparkle. I think we do both like the shop.
Yes. Listen, I wish I was in business meetings before I got here. If I was not attending other business meetings, I would have gotten it matching Sparkle.
Girl, you look fabulous. Yeah, so you look fabulous. Listen, I tell folks of the show just how I
however you feel comfortable, unless you feel comfortable, you know. But, you know, just however, because I just want to have fun. And one thing I will say, and I tell this to people all the time, okay, I rewear my clothes because it's my clothes.
Yes, please. And it's important to give a good example of that.
Yeah.
Because especially now, I think with social media, there's such a fear of people to repeat.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that people know that, yes, please, can repeat an outfit. Like, what's that? We're not. And clothes are not disposable. Please wear something several times.
So let's say, I wore this last. Even places that I used to do that example, right?
Yeah, there used to be a bunch of magazines showing like when she repeated outfits and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's a good example.
I bought something because I loved it. And why can't I wear it once? And I'm sweating now, like, but you know, why can't I wear it once and not use it again? And you know, you can change it out, like once you know you can wear it, you know, like I said last. And I'm just trying to keep it up, you know. Yeah.
As a guest, like if you went to a wedding as a guest and you have a beautiful, you know, evening gown, you might not wear it to another wedding, but you can wear it to maybe like a nonprofit gala, or to another type of event, you know?
Yeah.
Or to somebody's birthday party. It doesn't have to be the same type of event.
Or to movie for wear around the movie, and I have. Like
I saw that. Fabulous.
Listen, you just have to be comfortable and be you, and I think you and I talked about that.
Well, let me tell you, I am Latina myself.
Yes.
We are big on dressing up on weekends. And that's something that was a little bit part of my cultural jobs coming into the United States. People dressing down on the weekends. And I was like, what? You dress up on the weekends? Especially on Sundays, right?
Yes.
But that's a cultural thing. Church. You start your day with like family going to church and everybody wears their Sunday best. And normally when you have at least when I was a child, you had one new piece of clothing, you will wear that for the first time on that Sunday. Oh, and then you will wear it again another time. But then that will be your best.
Yeah.
And then from then, the family, you're going to a restaurant or visiting extended family members, you will be your best look on Sundays, right? So that was a cultural shock to me.
Like what? Dressing down on Sundays? I mean,
now with with the winter, I do dress down sometimes. Yeah. Especially if I'm not going out, but if I'm going out, yes.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I like dressing up. I mean, I have a gown and I'm like, I'm not gonna just not wear it again. So I wear it again and again, and I change it up. Or sometimes I'm not gonna lie, if I'm feeling, I put on a gown, go on my porch and drink tea.
And call me crazy, but I've never been on pajamas shopping. No, I've never done it.
All right, my pajamas is for Christmas morning in the kitchen. That's it. But yeah, I'm just, I'm like, I'm aware now. So, all right, so I think we have chatted so much in terms of entrepreneurs. So I'll ask you one question. So what is one of the biggest mistakes someone could make as an entrepreneur? I mean, like based on your experience, I mean, obviously, different things, but in your opinion.
Well, I will say maybe a couple of things.
Yeah.
One goes to something that you said earlier, that the entrepreneur has to have the hustle. The hustle has to be in you, because entrepreneurship is not an easy journey.
Yeah.
If you feel lukewarm and you don't think that you can do it, or you don't feel that passionate, keep that as a side note. Don't go too crazy trying to go into entrepreneurship if you don't have that hunger to get it done, because it's required for you to actually get a business going. And that's one thing. And another thing will be making sure that you do something that you love and that you connect with the people that you vibe with. Life is short.
Yeah.
And we are not meant to like everything and to be liked by everybody. So I think there's have been an awakening, I guess, about that for the past few years, that people understand that
don't need to strive to be liked by everyone, and people are more clear about having niches in their market. And actually in business, the more niche you are, the more successful you can be in that niche. So find the people that you buy with, that you actually can solve problems for. And that will be your audience. There will be a market for pretty much any business that will do it that way.
Okay, I think that's a perfect way to wrap up this show. I had such a great time just listening to you and learning about not only these are all, but you know, I think everything that you shared allows us life lessons that you know these entrepreneurs that are listening and want to take to heart and reach out to you for all. The information is there. But one of the things I think sometimes you have to want it. You have to want it. And as much as I can interview you and you know, we can talk about the program, if you guys don't pick up the phone and call me for all or go and search or things like that, like it's not gonna come to you. But I think it's worth it for you to give it a shot and reach out and just really find out about the program, the resources, the fabulous Miguelina.
And I will say the last thing, but not the least.
Yeah.
It's always be open to feedback.
Yes.
Whatever you are in life. Self-awareness, it's a journey that we need to develop and make sure that we keep improving ourselves because we are all works in progress. I am myself a work in progress, I know that. And you know, as soon as you understand that and you stay open to feedback from your mentors, from people that love you, especially because normally the ones that love you the most will be the ones that will dare to tell you the hardest truth. It doesn't mean that you need to change by whatever opinion there is outside, no. But be open to ponder and look in the mirror and see what are those aspects that you may need to improve or tweak or change. And in the journey to becoming a better person and a better entrepreneur, since we're talking about business.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. You have to be open to feedback because, you know, I think a lot of times I look at things like celebrities, sometimes, you know, they get things and they have a circle, yes, man around them and nobody really tells them the truth. So I think having that mindset that
you can see them departing from reality. And you see them and you know that their feet are no longer in the ground.
Yeah,
Because of that effect.
exactly. So don't let that happen to you. But no, thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed our chat. I am looking forward to Society here. So I am so glad that you said yes. And I am looking forward to just bigger and brighter and more endeavors and more partnership with you. And 2023, this is our joining year.
It is.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, no problem.
Thank you to all of you.
Yes, let's not spill the tea. Thank you guys.